Tuvok only needs 25 years to outlive Spock in Star Trek. One of the most fascinating aspects of Star Trek is its embrace of long-lived alien species. Few characters embody this more than Spock and Tuvok, two proud Vulcans who span centuries of Federation history. While Spock's legacy as one of the most iconic characters in science fiction is unshakable, recent developments in Star Trek, Prodigy, and Picard reveal that Tuvok is quietly poised to surpass even Spock in longevity. In fact, all it takes is another 25 years for Tuvok to outlive Spock, and that means something profound for both characters. Spock was born in 2230 and lived until 2387, when he was presumably killed in the supernova that destroyed Romulus. This gives him a canonical lifespan of 157 years, though it's always possible he survived in the Kelvin timeline after being pulled into the black hole with red matter. Still, in the Prime Universe, 2387 is his endpoint. Tuvok, however, was born in 2264. He was already over 100 years old when he served aboard the USS Voyager in the 2370s. Fast forward to the events of Star Trek, Picard Season 3 circa 2401, and Tuvok is still active in Starfleet, even serving in intelligence. But Star Trek, Prodigy takes it further. Season 2, set in 2384, features Tuvok in a command capacity training a new generation of cadets. That puts him on course to outlive Spock within the next 2.5 decades. If Tuvok reaches the year 2413, he will have officially outlived Spock by 1 year, making him the longest-lived major Vulcan character in Star Trek history. For a species known for lifespans surpassing 200 years, this shouldn't be surprising. But the symbolic weight of this moment is enormous. Spock represents the old guard, the bridge between Vulcan logic and human emotion, a son of two worlds who struggled to define generations of Star Trek. His journey, from the USS Enterprise to Romulus, is one of diplomacy, sacrifice, and identity. His final years were marked by a mission of peace, trying to reunify Vulcans and Romulans, a vision that ultimately shaped the Star Trek Discovery era thousands of years later. Spock's shadow is long, and his influence eternal. Tuvok, by contrast, represents something different. A pure-blooded Vulcan who embraced logic without compromise, Tuvok's story was one of discipline, subtle growth, and unexpected warmth. Unlike Spock, who often wavered between identities, Tuvok remained steadfast. His loyalty to Captain Janeway and the Voyager crew never faltered. And while he experienced emotions, even mental illness in Endgame and trauma in Gravity, he never abandoned his Vulcan ideals. That stability becomes his legacy. So what does it mean for Tuvok to outlive Spock? More than just a calendar milestone, it recontextualizes the Vulcan legacy in Star Trek. Tuvok is not the revolutionary or the mythic ambassador. He's the steady hand, the quiet professional. He's not trying to reshape civilizations. He's ensuring Starfleet remains protected and principled in an increasingly chaotic galaxy. While Spock inspired an era, Tuvok is helping sustain it. The symbolism of Tuvok's long life also challenges our ideas about what makes a character iconic. Spock is a cultural legend, quoted, parodied, and endlessly analyzed. Tuvok, often underrated, rarely memed, and never the face of a franchise. But there's something uniquely Vulcan about that. Tuvok doesn't need glory. He needs purpose. And living long enough to see multiple generations of Starfleet officers come and go, while still contributing, speaks volumes about his strength of character. From the bridge of Voyager to the training halls of Starfleet Academy, Tuvok's journey is one of service, not spectacle. If Prodigy is any indication, he may continue to train and mentor well into the mid-25th century. That makes him a torchbearer, not of revolution, but of continuity. And there's a beauty in that. Star Trek has always balanced grand gestures with personal integrity. Where Spock made sacrifices that changed the fate of empires, Tuvok made choices that strengthened his friends and upheld his values. In the end, both are necessary. But it's the slow, enduring presence of people like Tuvok that hold the Federation together. Could Tuvok's extended lifespan be explored in future Star Trek stories? Absolutely. As Prodigy and Picard reintroduce legacy characters, Tuvok is in a perfect position to take on a mentor role akin to what Spock played in TNG and Unification. Imagine a series set in the 2410s, where a wise, aging Tuvok imparts lessons to a new generation, completing the arc that began with his youthful arrogance in the 23rd century. There's also rich storytelling potential in how Tuvok handles aging. Vulcans may live long lives, but that doesn't make them immune to decline. How would a deeply logical mind face cognitive deterioration, as who once mind melded with gods and time travelers accept mortality?